What's up, everybody? It's a good one today. The carries coming back strong. That felt really solid. I haven't even watched the video yet, so I don't know how it looked. I mean, they're always a good challenge, so I expect that it'll look decently tough. But the grip, which is the one limiting thing, like anything above 240, really when I pick it up, it feels decently like, okay, we're moving something solid here. So that kind of stays the same. It's more how long is the grip going to go before it gives out, and felt solid on the way out. I should have gone a little farther, but I kind of forgot if I stop at that. Like there's a tree there, and there's a second tree, then there's a third tree, and then there's a fourth tree. And so I kind of stopped in between the second and the third one. So I think I could have gone a little farther and been fine, but we'll take the victory. I'm going to check the weight here, and then we'll go over the workout plan. All right, let's see what we got. See, I've got shoes and we got the pants going today, so I'm assuming it'll be closer to the 207, 208. Yeah, there we go. We're kind of leaning out here. Bring you over here. Carry 265. I wrote it down before I did it. I talked about that in a video. Oh, yesterday's video, the Q&A. If you didn't watch that video, go check it out. It was a bunch of questions from the member section of the channel, but I figured I would post it for everybody to see because there were some really good questions. Somebody was asking, like, how do you kind of overcome that uncertainty when you're going into a lift? And one thing that really helps me is writing it down beforehand, because it's kind of like, all right, it's already done. Mental trick. Squats, we're going to go 315 because I got 275 for either 13 or 14 last time. It felt really, really good. So that's the plan. We'll do a drop down set, hopefully some rear foots and some calves. Come on. It's all in good fun. It's interesting with those pause squats. It's almost like when I first go up to a new weight, I'm kind of like just learning how to, like, where to position, because it's different mechanically. There's more range of motion, and the different sticking points as compared to a regular squat where your feet are flat. So like when I went up to 275, I had almost the exact same experience. 8 reps was like quite challenging. And then the week after, it was like, now I had it dialed in. I did like 13 or 14. So I doubt I'm going to get 13 or 14 with 315 next week, but I think probably 10, because the first 2, I was kind of like not really sure where I was supposed to be going, and it just took me a second to get acclimated to the positioning. So I think, obviously I'm not going to do another set now because back feels good. I'll take my victory there. Like, I didn't even think about my back at all today. So that's always a good sign when you're recovering from Snap City. So we're going to go 245 on the calf raiser. Actually, it's like 249, 250, but whatever. The bar is like 49 pounds, I think. But yeah, that felt great. I really like the full range pause squat because it takes any ego out of it for me, because I'm like, oh, I've done 315 for however many reps before. None of that matters because it's totally different range of motion, time and retention, all that stuff. I'm just kind of building up from anew, as it were. Let me do these. So yeah, it's a nice reset. I think that's what I need, to stay healthy. Whew. I always forget to adjust those. To get 15 though, with all that flopping around, I'll take it. All right, a little recovery. We'll go rear foots. And tomorrow, bench day. Should be good. I'm kind of getting comfortable with the body weight being around the 205, leaning out a little more. I think the only thing that's really going to hurt is the bench, which I think I'm already seeing a little bit of that, because when I was just a little bit heavier, like 207, 208, I was knocking out 320, 315 for 2 to 3 reps, which I might still be able to do now. Some of it's just a mental confidence thing. Like, that's why I don't check my weight until after I do my top set. Because if I see like 204 or 205 right before I'm going to attempt a heavy bench, I'm like, oh boy. Whereas if I weigh in and I see like 208, 209, then I'm like, okay, we can do something big today, Other lifts doesn't really, I don't know, maybe the inverse would be true for pull-ups or chin-ups. I see 204, I'm like, okay, things might fly today because I'm 4 or 5 pounds lighter, right? Chest is actually still a little sore from Friday. I think it was that set of dips. Really stretched things out. All right, hold on a second. I know what we got to do next. I can't put it off any longer, right? Squat, heel elevated, paused. A lot to write down. 315. And then, what did I do last time? Where are you? So 275 for 13. I think it might have been 14. We did the rear foots for 8 on deadlift day. So, got to do it. Got to commit. I'll go left leg forward first. You like the socks? Hey, it's what I had. They work. All right. Crack in the back. Hopefully that distance is right. Not sure. Could have used a warm-up set, but that's fine. That's the warm-up set, right? Hey, if you made it this far in the video, what should we go for on deadlifts? I was hoping somebody would knock out 505 kg last night, deadlift world championships. No one did. Mitchell Hooper actually was the closest. And he was talking like a week and a half ago about how he had like a pinched nerve thing in his back, and he wasn't sure and he did 476, 470, 470. I don't know. It was like 1040 something in pounds on the deadlift, and it looked solid. And he lifted 505 like to the knees, and I don't think anybody was expecting him to get that close. So yeah. Anyway, that somebody pulled the 505. That would have been quite inspiring. I'm thinking of going for 515 just for one, because the one rep thing, for whatever reason, seems to be working really well with the back. Maybe just, like arguably 425. Crap, I gotta do the other side. Hang on. Hold up. Continue the conversation in a second. I was like, something's missing here. That felt too easy. Like in a competition, I'm gonna rest for a second. At least strongman contests, typically they do rounds and they increase the weight for stuff, and higher weight always trumps more reps with less weight. And I posted the video of me doing the 500, and somebody posted something. They were saying like, you don't use straps, like it'll hurt your grip later in life, and you probably can't even do a bodyweight pull-up. And obviously they haven't been watching the channel like I do pull-ups or chin-ups twice a week. But regardless, and they also got the weight wrong that I did. Said you're only doing 200 kg. It was actually 227. It's 500 pounds. But it got me thinking, because that person also said, it'd be better to do 150 pounds for 10. Like that would be more impressive. And I mean, there's some scenarios like if you did 500 for 10, but you max at 530, like yes, 500 is more impressive. And you can probably do more than 530 for one. But in general, the one rep max is what people care about and what will be higher valued in competition. So, if I have to build up that way, like no big deal. I think I've got the cardio for repetitions on deadlift, so I'm not really worried about that. It just seems like the sets of 8 to 10, maybe I just lose positioning. I did move my belt down. I talked about that on Thursday. I moved my belt down and it felt much more solid on the lower back. So I think that's going to help a lot. But I'm just thinking I could just hit a heavy deadlift single every week and just keep decimating the quads and just growing them, and just get really comfortable with singles on deadlifts and keep chipping away on those. People have done crazier things. Jerry Pritchett, who has one of the heaviest deadlifts of all time, what I've heard, that's what he does for his training. He just does heavy singles. I'm sure he probably does some other stuff, but that's his main approach to deadlifts, So I might give it a shot, because before the 585, before the 600, I was just doing repetitions. Like I was working with 504. I got a set of 9, and then I did the 585. And I was doing 520. I think I did a set of 6, 7. I think I did a set of 7. Waited a week, and then I did the 600. So I might see better results by doing, knock out 570 3 weeks in a row, heavy single, and then try, bump up to 580 and just slowly get my body comfortable. I don't know. I mean, people say the eccentric on the deadlift is what fatigues you the most, and I usually try and really control the eccentric. But if I only do one rep controlled eccentric, even if it's very heavy, I think it's probably going to keep me farther away from failure. Because if you think about it, say with 585, I could probably do 1.5 reps. Whereas with 500, I can do 10, right? I do the 585 for 1 rep, I'm leaving 33% energy in the tank, right? I do the 500 for 10, I'm not getting 11. I've left 0% in the tank. So I think that 33% left after the 585 for 1 theoretically would keep me a little more protected, right? Again, arguably there's more risk when you do a heavier weight, but as I'm building back up, it just feels right to do these heavy singles. You know, the amount of time under tension where I have to be concerned about what my lower back is doing is limited to like 2 to 3 seconds. Whereas if I do a set of 10, it's like, I don't really know, you know, kind of got to wait till the end. So let me get this set of calf raises and then we shall round out the workout. All right, calves are definitely getting stronger because 15 without having to hit on the sides was where we were at with 245. So 2 sets of 15 with it flopping all over the place. I think we're going in the right direction. So that's the thought process on the deadlifts. You know, sometimes you just got to listen to how your body feels, you know, and lately the body's just been telling me, do 1 rep on the deadlifts and take your victory, you know, and that approach has healed the back very quickly. I think doing sets of 10, which would be what most people would probably argue is the safer approach. I don't know, like that was where I ran into trouble anyway. So for me to go back and repeat exactly the same mistake, like I'm not going to do that. Got to try something different, you know. You got to be able to adapt and see what's going on, you know. Like on bench, going for the 10 reps with various weights was awesome and whatnot. Like the 275 for 10, 280 for a 9. But when I was going all out, I just ended up with this really nasty tilt on the last couple reps. So had to adjust, shuffle things around, you know. But yeah, going in the right direction. I'm thinking, like I said, if you made it this far in the video, comment what should we go for on deadlifts. Other option would be maybe like 500 for 2 or 3, because I think 2 or 3 reps, again, 8 to 10 seconds total time under tension. But 520, 530, that's going to get more clicks, more views, right? I do it for you. I do it for the viewer. On the live video yesterday, it was pretty cool, actually. A bunch of people were saying, you know, try and curl the 70s. And I was like, like, I think I could do it, but I'm not really sure. But then I was like, you know what? Let's just give it a shot here. And we got 3 reps. So that was cool. Like I get motivated by people saying, hey, go for this, you know? I think that's a good thing when people are, you know, pushing each other like that. Like obviously you got to stay safe. But like William was pushing me on the curls, like 60s. I was constantly in this mindset of like, all right, I can get 6 to 8. And he was like, go for 10, like, or at least mentally think 10 to 11. And if you get 8 or 9, you still did better, you know? So I did that and we locked in 10 for a couple sets. So much appreciated, William. And a couple other things too, like NH1776 said, go for the 475 on deadlift on Thursday. And originally I was thinking about 455. And then I was like, I've done 500 before. Like I should be able to do 500. Let me just see how the warm-ups feel. Warm-ups felt great. So I said, all right, we're going for it. So yeah, try and, you know, get someone motivated. Like if you're in the gym and you see somebody like, I don't know, like it is tough because you never want to encourage somebody to do something where they're going to get injured. But I've just had a lot of positive experiences from people saying, hey, you know, go for this. Like, again, it's you know, a tough area because you get hurt, that's going to slow you down quite a bit. But sometimes people need a little bit of a push. You know, hey, go for one extra rep. You know, but yeah, that's the positive, uplifting note for today. I'm going to decompress and then off to get some calories in. Hope everyone's having a great day. We'll see you tomorrow. Chest and triceps. Chest, probably going to go 280. Try and get like a good 7+ on the reps. And we'll try and get the body weight up. I did 4 eggs pre-workout with 2 pieces of toast. Not a huge amount of calories, but I actually did toast, goat cheese, and honey, which was excellent. I'm going to try and repeat that during this coming week. All right, that's it. Thanks so much. Stay strong.